What is going on, my friends? Bearish is here, and welcome to another episode of Today's in Crypto Show. As the price of Bitcoin going down, altcoins going down, the question now more and more on people's minds whether we truly hit the bottom at $7,500. I want to discuss that in today's video, and of course, not everything is going down. In fact, there are some projects that are rising by 30, 40, 50%, which we'll discuss as well. But let's start with the big granddaddy of Bitcoin. I want you to take a look at the charts where we are right now. Well, you can see before this mega crash happened, when Bitcoin was around $48,000, it was going through this bear flag. After the initial fall from the $69,000, we fell to those levels and we were to this bear flag, which price fluctuate between those top trend line, which acts as a resistance, at the bottom trend line, which acts as a support. And as we broke this bear flag, you can see right here back in April 2022, and then we had a confirmation candle. Confirmation candle is the next candle right here that essentially closes the body of the candle below this support, confirming this breakdown. We fell much more, and we fell to $17,500, which at this point multiple indicators were showing and screaming that the bottom for Bitcoin is in. And essentially looking at different, which I already covered a lot of these charts before on this channel. Now you can see, guys, we have created subsequently another bear flag over here, and which was multiple touch points, and we broke it on the 22nd of August. We broke it to the downside, which usually where the bear flags are being broken to, and we got this bearish engulfing candle a week prior to that, kind of warning us about this potential possibility. Now, what we have seen going on just now, 12 hours ago, this candle essentially closed the body of the candle below the previous support of the bear flag, which is not a good sign, not a good sign at all, confirming the breakdown. And essentially, look at this small green weekly candle. I mean, right now we are in a pretty big risk for Bitcoin to plummet down all the way to $17,500, possibly creating a scenario that is called a double bottom. When we have one bottom here and we have another bottom here, if this is not going to hold, then of course there is always the possibility that we touch this area right here around 13,700, which you can see back in July 2019, this point right here, right? That will be the next kind of stop for Bitcoin if that $17,500 is not going to hold. It means all the fears and the recession in the market and all of that, it is definitely a possibility, and that will annihilate the previous essentially a bottom structure that we are building around $17,500 level. But in the immediate short term, we do see it as an increased possibility right now to create a double bottom at around $17,500. In the short term, there is good chance that we are going to go some below right now, based just on the fact how the charts are moving. Now Ethereum is slightly more bullish than that. After those 2 red weeks, we would have a little bit more of the green upside, but it doesn't say anything. Essentially the excitement is because the merge for Ethereum is going to happen on the 15th of September, about 10 days from now. So this is something the community for Ethereum and overall has been expecting for quite some time now. It's been in the works for the last 7 years, and it was mentioned in the original white paper for Ethereum. So it's finally happening on the 15th of September this month, the transition from proof of work to proof of stake, where Ethereum does become a deflationary coin, when there is more burning than issuing of the coin happening on the blockchain. And that's of course a positive thing for Ethereum and for its price. Now, looking at the fundamentals of Bitcoin, we can see the active entities right here, forming this bear market activity channel, We are right now at the lower end of the multi-year channel that you can see right here, indicating that we are somewhere very close, very close to the bottom of Bitcoin. Similarly, that's what we've seen one of the capitulation event right here by the end of 2018, when we had a little below here, when we dipped a little below. So this is where we are right now, and I want you to take a look at this Bitcoin dominance chart and see kind of where we stand, because right now we are breaking down for the first time while in this situation, while we are in the bearish scenario, while the other altcoins are not as falling as much, right? So before that, back in 2014-15, Bitcoin was very dominant and everything else was kind of shit coins. Then we have a one huge rally in 2017 where the dominance of Bitcoin hit by June 2017, it hit the lowest point of 38%, and Ethereum started to gain more popularity, but it didn't. It was almost looking like Ethereum would flip Bitcoin in dominance, but Bitcoin then rebounded, created a strong rally by the end of 2017, and then we fell again to the lowest point of 31%, which we've never seen since then, the dominance of Bitcoin. And then we started climbing again. The dominance of Bitcoin started climbing, and here we had again 70%, 71% by March. By January 2021, we hit 72% on the Bitcoin. And then what happened? The year 2021, everything started kind of booming. Bitcoin also boomed, but altcoins, Ethereum, they kind of started booming a lot more during this time. And we have never recovered ever since January 2021 for the Bitcoin dominance price. And right now what's happening is we are going below, we are breaking this structure, and Bitcoin is actually right now 38.8%, which means the other altcoins are gaining more, they're gaining more market share, of the cryptocurrency space. But also to warn you that when we are here, it's similar to this situation where Bitcoin nosedive at the bottom of 2018, only to then recover to once again huge levels. So it's definitely can happen here when we are somewhere close to the bottom of Bitcoin dominance, and then we start going back up again for the Bitcoin. As traditionally crypto investors are seeing Bitcoin as a more solid, less volatile asset that doesn't fall as much and it doesn't rise as much as altcoins, but it doesn't fall as much either. And you can see also the sentiment when it comes to the Bitcoin supply on the exchange. It continues to decline ever since essentially March 2020. The Bitcoin supply on exchanges dropped 40.4%. Even right now, when the prices are so much down from the peaks of 2021, we're still seeing this phenomenon as Bitcoin on the exchanges is going down, signifying the whales, and a lot of people are buying off the exchanges and they're accumulating and holding them in their wallet. So to summarize, like Plan B is saying, this blue will not going to stay forever. This bearishness is not going to stay forever. Macro and markets may be different, but humans do not change. Human behavior is driven by greed, which is the red dot, and fear, the blue dot. When we are right now in the blue dots, that's when we are in fear. We are in fear, which means the best time to buy is right now. Let's take a look at what else is going on. We have the macroeconomic turmoil, which is happening because of the war from Russia, Ukraine, and the energy crisis that is unfolding in Europe. And the euro reaches 20 years low versus the United States dollar. And you can see right here, Europe energy crisis spooks macro stage. European gas jumps by 35%. People that have to choose between the food and gas should not buy Bitcoin, and that's correct. We have the DXY, the index, continue to create more height, and essentially that signifies that the strength of the US dollar I see it as a temporary phenomenon. What we are right now, Bitcoin, crypto is falling, this inverse correlation. But as soon as we're going to start falling down again with the DXY, this one crypto is going to pump like crazy, Yeah. So a lot of that eyes are on the DXY as well. The percentage of the Bitcoin supply now stationary in its wallet for a year or more has thus hit a new all-time high. Hodlers are not selling, and here is very interesting. There has only been 3 times in the history of Bitcoin that it was below realized price of 1 to 2 year holders. Now is the third, and you can see right here 2022's bottom. Yeah, similarly to what we've seen in 2015 bottom, similarly to 2019 bottom, we are at right here 2022's bottom right now. All the charts are essentially saying that we are somewhere close to the bottom right now, close to the bottom. It's either been already hit we already hit the bottom at 17.5 for Bitcoin, or we're going to have one last leg to the downside, and then we're going to create a base, consolidate, and never see these prices again in the history of Bitcoin. Okay. Bank of Russia agrees to legalize crypto now for the first time ever for the cross-border payments because of the sanctions and the pressure from the world on it. So of course, where should they turn? All these banking systems are shutting down Russia ruble, so now they are forced to legalize crypto payments. Yeah, not because they want to, because they are forced to. Okay, and not everything is dumping. You can see actually huge price appreciation in the price of ULX and Ultron, which I've been talking about Ultron on this channel since the last 2 months, and a lot of people were able to get this coin at 1 cent initial price, kind of pre-sale before the DEX launched. Then the DEX launched, it consolidated a little bit for right about a week, around 3 cents. Yeah, and then we started moving. We moved to 5 cents, and now we start moving to 7 cents. And a lot of crazy, awesome developments are happening. You can watch the latest one, which is the Devla CEO, the Leonard Arendt, is talking about Ultron and the metaverse he's building on Ultron. He's very excited, answering some questions about the community, and this is coming early 2023. And lending and borrowing protocol, which is coming also by the end of this year, is going to allow billions of capital potentially to onboard into Ultron ecosystem, where some people borrow, some people lend, and other applications like the Lotto Day, huge crypto lottery, and other things are going to be deployed. So I definitely see the price of Ultron is going to much higher levels by the end of this year. Yeah, and it's really incredible chart to look at among the bearishness of this market. So if you want to learn, guys, how to get this coin 20% below this market price and how to earn 5 years of staking rewards, you can definitely hit me up and watch more information on this channel. And with that being said, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, fantastic start of the week. Take advantage of the crypto winter that are right now. Accumulate. That's the name of the game in the crypto bear market. Buying and holding, right? The best time to buy and hold is during the crypto winter, which we are right now. During those times, not when everything is booming. Right now is the best time to buy crypto. And people forget about it amongst the fear and amongst the sell-offs that are happening in the market. But that's the truth. So take advantage of the market conditions, and I'll see you in the next episode of Today in Crypto Show.